On the news at 7, residents of Ondo State received Governor Aiyedatiwa after Supreme Court verdict. Nigerians react as false exports of refined petroleum products hit US markets. Federal government issues flood alert as rivers Niger, Benue reach peak level. And from the foreign scene, thousands protest against government-planned budget cuts in France. Good evening and welcome to Osrc News at 7. Kunle Ariyo is my name. The Ondo State Governor Loki Aiyedatiwa was returned to Akure, the state capital, following the Supreme Court verdict that affirmed his election. The governor was received at the Akure airport by jubilant supporters and residents of Ondo State. In a colorful motorcade, Aiyedatiwa later proceeded to Democracy Park, where he addressed the cheering crowd. Governor Loki Aiyedatiwa has reassured the people of Ondo State that he would redouble effort at placing good governance and delivering dividends of democracy to the people. Addressing a crowd of residents who trooped out to welcome him from Abuja after the Apex Court's verdict, Aiyedatiwa noted that his focus would not shift from people-oriented policies, programs, and projects.
This is the government that you chose across the entire 18 local governments. You all came out on the 16th of November 2024 and you voted for myself and my Deputy Governor Adelani on the platform of All Progressives Congress, APC. We won the entire 18 local government according to INEC results. and we scored the highest vote our country, 366,781. Ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́yìn ìpinnu yín, after you have chosen the preferred option based on our character, based on the values, some people said èsì yẹn kò tẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn, that the result of the vote they were not pleased with it. Pé wọ́n fẹ́ kí ilé ẹjọ́ tá a pè ní tribunal kó bá wọn gbé yẹ̀wò. Wọ́n kọ́ gbé yẹ̀wò lálákọ̀ọ́kọ́ at the tribunal. Ó di ìrọ̀rùn dá tiwa. Wọ́n ní ìpinnu tí yẹn gangan ló borí, that your vote, your choice, your decision is what they are going to stand by. That is what INEC has declared. Wọ́n tún ní kò tẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn. Wọ́n wá ní ìṣòdè Supreme Court. Àwa ń bẹ̀. Ó wá di ogún ọjọ́ méjì wọ́n pè wá pé ó yá ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní kò tẹ́ iná rùn àti ẹ̀yin tẹ́ pé kọ́rọ́kọ́ yẹ máa bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ àjọ gbé yẹ̀wò. Let us look at it together. Wọ́n wá kọ̀wé bí àwọn òṣèjọ́ mọ́ o.
That was Governor Aiyedatiwa speaking there after his arrival from Abuja. In the meantime, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has arrived in Port Harcourt, the state capital. The governor arrived at the Port Harcourt International Airport today, more than 24 hours after President Bola Tinubu ended the 6-month emergency war in the state. He was received by a crowd of supporters who had earlier converged at the wing.
Our governor is here. Our governor is here. The people's governor is here. Hey! The people's governor is here. 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 The people's governor is here.
In the meantime, Rivers elders and leaders from Rivers has expressed gratitude and warm greetings and political stability to Rivers State. The elders forum spoke barely 1 hour after Governor Siminalayi Fubara finally resumed duties in Government House following the lifting of a state of emergency by President Bola Tinubu after 6 months of military administration. In a statement by the chairman of the forum and former deputy governor of the state, Dr. Deborah Toby, on behalf of the forum, he thanked President Tinubu for heeding the advice of Nigerians by lifting the state of emergency and restoring full democratic governance in the state. He called on the governor, members of the State House of Assembly, other political actors and stakeholders to put aside bitterness, rebuild confidence in each other, and embrace reconciliation, adding that they should let the communities and factions replace hunger with understanding, suspicion with trust, and resentment with renewed brotherhood. The forum urged people of the state to give unalloyed support to unlawful governance, pray for wisdom for the leaders, and actively participate in the rebuilding Rivers State. The Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency (NIHSA) has warned that rivers Niger and Benue have reached their peak as rains and water level rise, therefore posing threat to Nigeria. And NIHS, in a statement by its Director General, Muhammad Umar, said it is very critical at this point for people to heed the warning and leave the areas prone to flood disaster. He explained how the water levels were rising fast and posing great risk to lives and property. According to the DG, activities of dams as September 18 indicates that Kanji and Jeba dams located on River Niger, while Zungeru and Gorojo dams located in rivers Kaduna and Rema, major tributary of River Niger, are currently experiencing a surge in reservoir levels as the peak of the rainy season progresses. Umar, who said NIHSA is working closely with dam authorities to mitigate the impact of flooding on downstream communities and vulnerable populations, noted that no water had to be released from Largo Dam in Cameroon. Nigeria has made history by exporting its first shipment of refined petroleum products to the United States. Achieved through the Dangote refinery, it signals a decisive shift for Africa's largest economy as it begins to turn from a net importer of refined fuel to an emerging supplier in the global energy market. Osrc's Abidemi Akinwumi reports on reactions from public analysts who hailed the move as a major breakthrough and a welcome development for the country. Her report.
For decades, Nigeria relied almost entirely on imported refined petrol, despite being one of the world's leading crude oil producers. Government data shows that refined petroleum accounts for nearly 40% of Nigeria's total imports, costing the nation more than $25 billion every year. In just the first half of 2025, Nigeria reportedly spent about 06 trillion naira on petrol imports alone, money that drained foreign reserves and widened the trade deficit. With the Dangote refinery's maiden shipment of about 320,000 barrels of petrol to the United States, a new chapter is opening by refining at home and selling abroad. Nigeria is not only cutting its dependence on imports, but also retaining value in country and earning scarce foreign exchange. A public affairs commentator, Shola Ngbeji, said the move would boost Nigeria's economy and create new opportunities for growth.
One of the problems we've always had and that affected the Nigerian currency is that we import, we don't export. But now, if we continue to export, then our exchange rate, there'll be more demand for our currency, the exchange rate will increase. And it's a wonderful booster for the economy.
Another analyst, Bolu Oluesho, opined the exports demonstrate Nigeria's ability to meet international quality standards, a signal to investors.
We should not just be taking products the crude way, without refining them, without processing them, like cutting off our logs and all those stuff and taking them abroad. Let us see how we process them. Take them to the point of finishing product and then export them for sales. That is what is going to make serious impact on our economy.
Also, Sunday Ajibola added that sustaining this momentum is critical, urging government to back the refinery with consistent crude supply and strong policies to discourage unnecessary imports.
Nigeria should stop importing whatever we have here. Yes, Dangote has said the borrow level. The government should try and invest or encourage people who have the means and wherewithal to produce and export. This is the only way the country can grow.
Experts note that if Nigeria substitutes even half of its petrol imports with locally refined fuel, the country could save billions of dollars annually, reduce pressure on the naira, and keep pump prices more stable. With 2 more shipments already scheduled for the US, Nigeria's emergence as a net fuel exporter looks set to continue, potentially reshaping the country's economic outlook and the energy landscape across Africa. Abidemi Akinrotoye, OSRC News.
We'll now take a break. When we come back, we'll give you more stories. Please stay with us.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial star 900 hash and recharge 100 naira or more before 5 p.m. and you could be a millionaire. At 7 p.m., all cash prizes will be paid directly into your Momo account. Dial star 900 hash. Start recharging now and stand a chance to win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo.
Welcome back and thank you for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV and on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. The Ondo State Television Corporation OSRC has pledged maximum collaboration with relevant professional bodies in boosting efficiency and capability of its staff members towards optimal service delivery and elevation of journalism practice. The Director General OSRC, Kenneth Obishola Stevenson, said this when he received a delegation of the Association of Communication Scholars and Professionals of Nigeria, Ondo State Chapter, at the station's headquarters in Akure. Joy Pius now completes the story.
These familiarization visits by the Association of Communication Scholars and Professionals of Nigeria, ACSPN Ondo State Chapter to OSRC, is part of its mission to foster partnership and provide practical experience in bridging the gap between the academia and professional practice in the media industry. The coordinator of the association, Sunday Kolawole, commended the management for the transformative strides witnessed in the media station, stating that the association is committed to societal development through training and retraining of workers in the media industry, seeking the partnership of the organization.
In multidisciplinary aspect of journalism and communication, we are committed to lending our voice to training and retraining of workers in the media sector, and we're doing this in collaboration with all our sister unions and associations, and that gives us joy that OSRC is not just the mother of all organizations, because hardly can you get to any media organization that does not have its roots from OSRC. And it gladdens our heart when we learned that OSRC, as a matter of fact, will soon float its own media academy. For us, it is a gladsome development, which we know that it will be a very veritable area of collaboration by the ACSPN.
The Director General, OSRC, Kenneth Obishola Stevenson, represented by his technical advisor, Collins Olagundoye, commended the ACSPN for its efforts at strengthening ties with media stations in Ondo State. Reeling off the achievements of the media organization in boosting workers' efficiency in less than a year, Obishola Stevenson pledged collaboration with the association to accomplish its goals.
We are excited to explore areas of mutual interest and potential partnership that can enhance media practice and communication education in our states. So your organization pursuit of excellence in academic research and professional practice aligns with our goals. We are confident that this business will mark the beginning of our productive partnership, and let's work together to harness the power of communication for the growth and development of our state.
The association revealed plans to introduce a training program to boost the professionalism of workers in media stations across the state. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The Ondo State Security Network Agency, codenamed Amotekun, has busted a major kidnap syndicate and paraded 51 suspects arrested for various crimes across the state. Commander of the Corps, Adetunji Adeleye, said the arrests were made in different communities and forests in Ondo State. Blessing Obe reports.
A breakthrough for security operatives in Ondo State as Amotekun dismantled a notorious kidnap syndicate believed to have masterminded several abductions in the state. One of the suspects confessed to participating in at least 5 high-profile kidnappings before being apprehended, alongside others during raids across the 18 local government areas. In all, 51 suspects were paraded for offences including human trafficking, attempted robbery, violations of the anti-open grazing law, and kidnapping.
Runabout.
Runabout of where? Usho.
Just carry them, put for inside car. Now you kill one.
The Corps Commander, Adetunji Adeleye, said the suspects had undergone interrogation and those with established cases would soon face prosecution.
Today, we are parading 51 suspects arrested in various nooks and crannies and forests of the state. On law and order, we have 37 breaking law and order. We have 6 major kidnap suspects and 1 case of abuse, which is rape. These 51 suspects had gone through various stages of interrogation, and about 35 of them will be going to correction, will be going to court of competent jurisdiction today, while the others will face the internal dispute resolution method, and if they scale through, we will be able to resolve at that level. Otherwise, they will end up at a court of competent jurisdiction.
He restated the state government's zero tolerance for criminality and appealed to residents to cooperate with security agencies by providing timely information.
The government and the good people of Ondo State are opposed to kidnap for ransom. Give us timely information. Let us act on it, and we assure you that by the grace of God, these things will not even happen. Before it happens, what you see, please say something.
Adeleye assured that Amotekun will sustain intensive patrols in communities and forests across the state to flush out kidnappers, bandits, and other criminal elements. Blessing Obe, Osrc News.
We'll take another break now. When we come back, we'll give you more stories. Please, don't go away.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial star 900 hash and recharge 100 naira or more before 5 p.m. and you could be a millionaire. At 7 p.m., all cash prizes will be paid directly into your Momo account. Dial star 900 hash. Start recharging now and stand a chance to win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo.
The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention has issued a new public health advisory after negative for Ebola and Marburg viruses. The Director General of the NCDC, Jide Idris, said that samples from the cases are undergoing further testing for other viral hemorrhagic fevers, including Lassa and dengue fever. Mr. Idris explained that the most recent case involved a traveler who returned to Nigeria from Kigali and immediately presented himself at a hospital in Abuja when he began to feel unwell. He commended the individual for reporting early to the clinicians at 19th Premier Hospital for their swift action. The advisory comes amid an ongoing Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The agency said in its latest advisory that it has conducted a dynamic risk assessment following reports of Ebola virus disease in other countries and has activated anticipatory measures nationwide. And we'll go straight to the foreign scene now. Hundreds of thousands of workers have gone on strike in France to protest against the government plan.
Violence flared in some French cities, including Lyon, where some police and protesters clashed. There were also shuffles in Paris, where tens of thousands of people joined a rally, including teachers, students, and health workers, all fed up with French President Emmanuel Macron's policies. They say pander to the rich and ignore poor people.
They say there is no money for our future, but they seem to have money for defense and the army, just nothing at all for public health. While we make constant sacrifices, they line the pockets of the wealthy.
Trade unions called for a nationwide strike in response to the French government's planned budget cuts and freeze on social spending. The majority of pharmacies shut, many schools closed, and some transport services were disrupted.
It's complicated in France financially and with the state. Even globally, things are so bleak that you reach a point where everyone's frustrated.
While social tensions shimmer, Le Colonel has yet to name a new government, one that could survive long enough to pass a budget this year in divided parliament where left-wing and far-right politicians are pushing for change.
We maintain that it is necessary to return to the polls, either through a dissolution or via the resignation of the president.
The colonel has made a few concessions to unions, rolling back on cutting 2 public holidays and reducing some privileges for former prime ministers. Amidst most screen-safe demonstrators who say only grander gestures will extinguish their discontent. Ralami Olankwekun, OSRC News.
So we have come to the end of the bulletin this evening, but before we go, take a look at the main points of the bulletin. We told you that the Ondo State residents have received Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa after the Supreme Court verdict and celebrated his return from Abuja with jubilation in Akure. Nigerians have reacted as the Dangote refinery's first export of refined petroleum product hit the U.S. market, hailing it as a turning point for the nation's economy. That's all on the news tonight. We thank you for being a part of it. Good evening.